Welcome back to K-DramasEchoes, your sanctuary for stories written not in loud scandals or tabloid storms, but in breaths, glances, and the delicate silences that say more than anyone dares to admit. Today, we unfold a story that didn't begin with a confession, a rivalry, or a dramatic twist. It began with something so simple, so fleeting, yet so powerful that it changed the entire rhythm of everything that came after. It began the moment Ginny looked at Jayna. People speak often about fate, but they forget that sometimes fate doesn't arrive as thunder or lightning. Sometimes it shows up as a single look held 2 seconds too long. That was the moment that fans replayed, dissected, slowed down frame by frame until it became almost a legend. The instant Ginny's eyes lifted, met Jayna's, and something in the air between them shifted. It didn't break anything, didn't build anything, simply changed it. And in that change came the beginning of everything that followed. Before that moment, they were simply co-stars. Two talents placed side by side, expected to deliver chemistry because the script demanded it. And they did. They laughed on set, shared conversations in between takes, encouraged each other, but always within the professional comfort zone that actors maintain. But the camera captures things humans try to hide. When Ginny looked at Jayna that day, the camera caught something real, something alive. Something that wasn't rehearsed, wasn't planned, wasn't in the script. It was the kind of moment that transforms a duo into a phenomenon. Fans didn't imagine it. They felt it. No one knew then that a single kiss, planned, rehearsed, yes, but performed with a strange sincerity neither of them expected, would turn everything upside down. It was supposed to be just another scene, one of dozens written to show their growing closeness. But when the director called action, something else happened. Ginny stepped closer than the script required. Jayna looked up a heartbeat later than intended. Their breathing synced, not because the scene demanded it, but because something in both of them reached out in the same direction at the same time. And when their lips met, soft, brief, trembling with the weight of 1,000 unsaid things, it wasn't simply a kiss for the audience. It was the kiss that marked the exact moment everything changed for them. Actors talk about losing themselves in a scene, about moments where the world around them blurs out and only the character remains. But this wasn't that. Weeks after filming, when interviews rolled around, both Ginny and Jayna avoided mentioning that moment. They talked about their preparation, their techniques, their rehearsals. But what they didn't address, what fans noticed anyway, was how their eyes softened every time the kiss scene was mentioned. How their voices dropped. How the corners of their mouths lifted in ways that hinted that the moment meant something neither wanted to unravel publicly. Fans weren't fooled. They knew. They always do. It was subtle at first. Ginny's voice became gentler whenever she spoke to Jayna off camera. Jayna stood a little closer to Ginny during behind-the-scenes footage. Their laughter started blending together the way laughter does only between people who feel safe around each other. Even the staff whispered about how the air changed between them, how everything seemed easier, warmer, deeper whenever they were together. The kiss wasn't repeated in any other scene. It didn't have to be. That single moment became a symbol, a turning point. It became a reference point for fans who insisted something real had bloomed between them that day. Even the director admitted in an interview months later that something about that kiss surprised him. He said he saw honesty in their eyes, a level of vulnerability he didn't direct, couldn't force, and didn't expect. And he knew in that instant that the scene would become legendary. After the drama aired, the kiss became the most replayed moment of the entire series. Reaction videos flooded YouTube. Fans created slow-motion versions, emotional edits layered with music, color-graded reels that made the moment feel almost mystical. People across countries watched it with the same disbelief. How could a single kiss contain so much emotion? How could two people share something so intimate, so gentle, so unguarded, and still pretend it was just a scene? Ginny and Jayna tried to act normal during their promotional tour, but normal is a fragile thing. The way Jayna's eyes followed Ginny when she thought no one was looking, the way Ginny's entire expression softened whenever Jayna laughed, these were not things that could be hidden. They were not scripted. They were simply real. And that is what made the world fall in love with them. What fans feel between them isn't delusion or fantasy. It's resonance. It's the rare kind of chemistry that doesn't come from training or practice, but from two hearts recognizing something familiar in each other. They never confessed anything publicly. They never needed to. The world saw it in the quiet moments. The lingering glances, the soft smiles, the instinctive way they moved toward each other in every interview as if drawn by an invisible thread. That single kiss didn't create their bond. Simply revealed it. Even now, long after the series ended, fans still say the same thing. They didn't just watch Ginny and Jayna's story. They felt it. They lived inside it. They believed it because it felt too real to be fiction. And maybe that's because the most powerful stories aren't written by writers or delivered by directors. They are written in the spaces between two people who weren't looking for something but found it anyway. Ginny looked at Jayna long before the kiss happened. Jayna felt the shift long before their lips met. And when that kiss finally happened, the kiss that changed everything, they discovered something neither of them had expected, that sometimes the most unforgettable moments aren't performed. They're lived. And that is why the world still talks about them. Because in a single kiss, they gave viewers not just a scene, but a memory. Not just chemistry, but truth. Not just romance, but something that felt like destiny. But what truly made their story unforgettable wasn't the kiss itself. It was everything that followed. Something unspoken began unfolding between them. Something fragile yet undeniable. It wasn't loud or dramatic. It didn't demand attention. It simply existed in the small, quiet spaces where real connections grow. Their chemistry became the heartbeat of the drama, but their connection became the heartbeat of the fan base. People didn't just admire them. They rooted for them. They felt protective of them. They watched them grow together, not as characters, but as two souls whose paths intertwined so naturally it felt predestined. Some fans said that the kiss scene wasn't the peak. It was the beginning of a slow, gentle unraveling of who they were with each other. And maybe that's why the moment stayed with people. Not because it was perfect, but because it was imperfectly human. The slight tremble in Ginny's fingers as she leaned in. The kiss may have been written in the script, but the feeling behind it wasn't. That was theirs. And maybe that is why it became iconic. Not because it was dramatic or passionate or perfect, but because it felt like the first page of a story that neither of them expected to write together. That is the legacy of Ginny and Jayna. And it all began with one look. And a kiss that changed everything.